I've been a business partner of Rod Burwell's for 18 years. Tonight, Rod's being recognized for his business achievements. I'd like to help you get to know him a little bit. Rod's an ambitious entrepreneur, as you could tell, with more friends than he can count. He loves his family, loves God, and is a man that all of you would love to have as a friend. I remember the first time I met Rod 25 years ago. Julie and I had joined Young Presidents Organization, and we're attending our first Christmas party. We were small town folks, and we were awestruck. The theme was a Victorian Christmas. We'd just arrived, and a luxury sedan pulled up, and out of it stepped a stunningly beautiful woman dressed in a spectacular Victorian gown. Behind her came an equally handsome man in complimentary attire. I thought that YPO had hired actors to bring the age of Dickens to life. And I asked Julie, who are they? And she said, oh, that's Rod and Barbara Burwell. As if everybody there knew that except me. I think everybody knew that there except me. They were larger than life. A few years later, I became a friend of Rod's when he joined our YPO Forum, a small group that acts as an informal board of directors. Rod was the old guy in the forum, still is. He joined us because Barbara was younger and they had young children. And shortly after he joined, my industry turned down and my business, after 15 years of success, started failing. I called Rod because he was the smartest guy I knew, and I needed advice. At a breakfast meeting, out of the blue, he offered to invest in a failing company in a declining industry with a demoralized leader. We've been working together now for 18 years, and I think have built probably the strongest environmental, pharmaceutical, and medical device testing business in the US. So what's his secret? That's what we all want to know. Rod's a patient, long-term investor. He loves to turn things around, build strong foundations, and grow. We've done that at pace. He's done this with his John Deere business, with Xerxes, his hotels, and several other businesses. Mostly in partnership with trusted friends or relatives. That's a common theme. Of course, initially he founded Proform, the company that built his original invention, the fiberglass barge cover. While our success is so much his to claim, I've never heard Rod refer to Pace as his business. He always refers to it as Steve's business. I see these same values in the other businesses he has. He knows how to be a partner, how to give direction, and help you grow without taking credit. But perhaps the most unique characteristic of Rod is his ability to recognize business as a part of the whole life experience. There's not a clear separation between work and play. I always enjoyed my work, but Rod showed me how to enjoy it more. His work tools have always included airplanes, boats, fishing, hunting, golf, skiing, adventure, and strong relationships with the people he works with. Rod's a family man with Barbara, his new wife of 31 years, and 3 wonderful sons. He finds the energy to be a great father, teaching them the ways of the world. And he's charitable and committed to his community. He's as complete a man as I know. Finally, although Rod has had more than his share of health challenges over the past 10 years, he refuses to let them slow him down. He's chosen not to put his life in cruise control simply because he does not feel well. He's a really tough guy, but kind of like Charmin tissue. He's tough but gentle. I could not have a better partner or friend. Let's congratulate Rod Burwell.
Thank you, Steve. They've got the cards here. Just normally everybody said, oh, you're just going to ad-lib it anyway. Well, 4 minutes or something, you probably don't have a chance to ad-lib it too much. Otherwise it would bore you to death. I want to thank the Twin City Business Magazine. It's a terrific organization. In fact, if they ran the state of Minnesota like they run their magazine, our state would be in much better shape. I especially enjoy reading the articles written by Dale Kirshner. Very interesting stories. I'm pleased to accept this honor to be included in this terrific group of individuals who have accepted this honor before me and those who join me tonight. I want to thank my colleagues and friends for coming and adjusting your schedules so you could be here tonight. I want to especially thank those who've come long distances for this event. Terrific dedication, and it's just great to see you all here. No matter how good of an entrepreneur you are, you need luck. If you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, no matter how good you are, it probably won't work. If you're in the right place at the right time, it makes it a lot easier. I started the barge cover business in August of 1969 by inventing the first fiberglass barge cover. In fact, I was taking Barbara out on one of our early dates. She asked me what I did, and I replied that I make barge covers. I think she thought it was going to be a long night. Cargill was a special company relative to our business. Cargill needed a cover for their barges that wouldn't rust or corrode, as they carried a lot of salt and fertilizer, which would tend to corrode the barge covers rather quickly. Having rust in your cereal is not a good way to get your iron. Cargill was very cooperative in helping get my business started. They are wonderful people and assisted me greatly. I'd like to give them extra thanks. I could go through an entire list of people that helped during the early years and later years, but one person in particular is my friend Truck Morrison. Truck ran PV barge line operation in Alton, Illinois. In the magazine, it shows me standing on the wing of the Mooney, and I saw it was up here too, which I flew all over the country by myself, of course, and flew down to meet Truck in Alton for lunch. We formed an immediate bond. And from there, he took me to the Mississippi Valley Association main show in New Orleans, where all the barge operators were, and the towboat operators, and a whole group of wonderful people. He introduced me to the president of many barge lines. Truck owned a condo in Snowmass Village, and across from Hall there was a unit that could be rented. So when a president of a barge line went out to use Truck's condo, he would call, and I would go out and stay in the unit across the hall. Surprisingly, I ran into the presidents of many barge companies, which led to many good relationships. Truck had something to go bad in his leg yesterday or 2 days ago. Otherwise, he'd be here, and I'm sorry he's not. It's the most important thing about business is having good people. And I have 3 wonderful CEOs Steve Zanoni from the Madison Concourse in Madison, Steve, Madison, Wisconsin, Steve Vanderboon from Pace Analytical, and Matt Cronin, the CEO of our John Deere operations, and Jan Lumen, our CFO, which are all here tonight. I could go on and talk about many different stories, but in 1980 there was a major interruption in my life. My wife and 2 children were killed in a plane crash in New Orleans. People asked me how I could go on, but I had a very strong faith and decided if it was God's will, that's the way it should be. Then, a little bit later, lo and behold, I met my wife Barbara in a Bible study class. And we have 3 wonderful boys. Faith is essential to my life and has seen me through many trials and tribulations. My 3 boys, Peter, Blake, and Michael, are the love of my life, along with my wife Barbara. Thank you again to my friends, family, and colleagues that have come tonight for this special event in my life, and for myself and the 4 other honorees. Thank you.